I thought originally that it was kind of unreasonable that he was going to be in the WWE. And now some people are saying that he is quickly becoming the face of the WWE. What do you think about that?
Listen, when the executive who first brought Logan Paul up to me, Triple H, and the founder of the company said, hey, we should give him a shot. He wants to wrestle. The first thing we always look for, and it applies to Logan, who's now full-time with us, performing at an extremely high level. It applies to Bad Bunny. It applies to people who have come in, Tyson Fury. First of all, they have to be a fan. If they're just doing it because, as younger folks would say, I don't know, this might be a dated term, they're chasing clout or something like this, we don't want them.
Yeah.
Right? If you love it, we're open to the conversation. And once you sit with Logan, you know he has star power. You saw everything he had done. You know, one of the advantage from this point of view and the disadvantage from you or someone like your point of view is you got to grow up on camera, right? So I liked the way you responded to any perceived mistakes that you made in life. That's what people are supposed to do when they're young. They're not supposed to have all the answers to this stuff. Even when you're older, you're not supposed to have all the answers to this stuff. So from our point of view this is a mature young man, certainly athletic. If he comes down to the Performance Center and does what we think he can do, there's all the upside in the world. And so far, everyone's been right.
Yeah, so far so good. I'm not sure it's one of those things you can just do for clout. Because like after that first bump, you're gonna realize, yo, it's not worth it. You gotta be gotta have some screws loose.
Go ahead, please. Sorry.
I was gonna say sometimes I'll be sitting in Gorilla and I'm looking around at my peers and the executives, and I also really like the vibe at WWE. Like it is such a fun place to work. It's just like everyone is the same but different, and they all bring something equal to the table. And I have this saying I like, and I think about it often when I'm in Gorilla with the guys, and I'm just like, we're all here because we're not all there.
I love that.
I feel like everyone in WWE was a little bit of a delinquent or rebel in some way, and ended up in this spot. And I'm still very much the new-ish guy,
sure.
But it does feel like a family.
It is.
That's the environment you guys have cultivated.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. It's important to me. It's important to Triple H. It's important to our senior leadership. We're not saving children here. We're putting on a wrestling event.
Yeah.
And we're trying to make fans go crazy about it. And the only way to do that is with amazing wrestlers, an amazing creative team, and amazing producers, which I think we have. So to me, when you came in, number one, I thought you were completely deferential to the people who are more established in the business. You were the new kid at WWE. And the first thing they do at the Performance Center, you may remember, is say, hey, I want to show you what a flat back is.
Yeah.
Some people, as you just said, they take that first flat back and they say, this is not for me. Let me just be a surprise manager or referee or something like that. You did it. Jelly Roll, to his credit, when he came in, boom, he was taking every shot that he could take. And then you wait to see the second day. Do they come back? Mm-hmm. Do they say, hey, again, I'll be a manager or something like that? And neither you, nor Jelly, nor Bunny, nor anyone else who's come in has done it anything less than with a full-time effort.
I'm going to the surprise manager camp, dude.
Yeah.
I took one in Saudi, and I was like, dude, how do I become Paul Heyman, dude?
Well, by the way, how about we have Jeff Levin, king of the brass knuckles over here?
Yeah.
Oh,
man. All of a sudden on camera. And plays such a great role, sneaking up, the little sneaky guy with the brass.
Acting.
Yeah.
He was
right.
like this.
He's very good.
My obvious goal as someone who always shoots for the stars is to become the face of the company with the belt. I have some ideas and ways that I think I could make that happen. But I also think that in order for that to happen, I got to put in the work. I got to be showing up regularly and learning from those guys you mentioned. And I think that journey excites me more than the obvious, I want to be the best. I want to be the best in the company, but I also want to be the best wrestler that I know I can be. Because I think by learning the craft inside and out, I truly think I can be one of the greats. I was telling this to someone yesterday, Rug, he's a YouTuber who was at the event. My first match was on my 27th birthday. WrestleMania debut was April 1st. It was one of those, it was right after or right before. And I came backstage after my match thinking like, oh, that was fun. And Vince McMahon goes, "Your future is here," or something like that. And I was like,
You're meant to be here.
oh, cool. Like, we'll see about that. And then I watched it back and I like bought myself as a wrestler. And then I did it again. And I like actually caught the bug. And it took me a couple matches to realize like, oh my God, I'm 27 years old and I think I found my thing. I was meant to be a wrestler. And it's funny because like looking back on my life, like I wrestled growing up.
Yep.
And then I was also very physically active, like jumping off of things, doing stunts, doing flips. And then you add in the decade of content creation that you mentioned. And now it's like, oh, when I pick up the mic, the talking's the easy part. But wrestling's actually the easier part for me. Like I like being physical first, more than actually the mic work.
Yeah, by the way, I have this theory in business and in life that for every great macro transaction, it's usually the result of 1,000 great micro ones. So think about every Vine that you did, every vlog that you did, every bed you jumped off as a kid,
Nick,
actually wrestling in high school, and you were a high level Ohio State, the state of Ohio,
Yeah.
a high level wrestler. So all of that coming together and boom, you try it. And the guy who basically invented the modern version of this business says, hey, you know, you got to be here, whatever it was that he said. And here you are.
it was insane. It's a culmination of every skill I've ever garnered in my life, all in one. WWE is fascinating, and I became more of a fan of it after I learned about the inner workings of the craft. Dude, the business is insane. I tell people it's truly one of the most well-oiled machines that I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how you keep track of all of it. There's so much going on. And the cadence, Nick. The cadence is insane. We had an event Friday. Or no, actually not this Friday. Typically, you'd have an event Friday, you'd Saturday. Sometimes WrestleMania is also Sunday. And then you're back Monday.
Back.
Every week.
Yep. Listen, you know this drill. You got to earn your keep every day at WWE and in life and for any company that one is working with. I think at WWE, the level of excellence that's expected from everybody, our executives, our producers, our superstars, it's a really high bar, but there are going to be people there to help you do it. So even on the business side, what I say to a lot of the young executives who you've met and Jeff knows, I'll say, hey, if you ever have a problem, bring it to me. It becomes our problem. But if you have a problem and you hide it from me, like you better figure it out. And if you don't figure it out, then it's probably not going to end well for you. I think that enables an environment where people could say, hey, I messed this thing up. I don't know what to do. And it's almost like in the ring. I remember there was one match, you and Rey Mysterio.
Bro.
You know what I'm talking about.
Bro.
So think about the work that guy has put into his career. And by the way, you know, it'll date me a little bit, but when he was in WCW, he was considered like a nothing. He came to WWE and he had a great, you know, luchador history prior to WCW. He came to WWE and the machine got behind him and he did everything he needed to do to be elevated by that machine. And in that match, you saw him save you or certainly help you or make sure there wasn't physical injury, which it could have been. And I remember watching him, how quickly he did it and how instinctively he knew what to do. And it made me happy that you were in the ring with one of the all-time great pros.
Yeah, me too.
Hey guys, if you like that clip, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see more zany clips, click the video right here.